Honestly though, this game does have some of the best menu music since like probably Black Ops 2, to be honest. So around this time last month, I revisited Black Ops Cold War and talked about a lot of the things that made it such a great game in my opinion. Which, by the way, thank you to the almost 2,000 people who watched it. That is just insane for a channel this small, and I really appreciate your support. But what I want to discuss today is why this game doesn't come up in conversations about underappreciated Call of Duty games nearly as much as some other ones do. Before we get started though, I'd like you guys to do two massive, gigantic favors for me. Number one, go ahead and click or tap the blue thumbs up right below the video, that one's easy. Number two is to watch the video all the way through to the end. Only 2% of my watch time comes from people who are subscribed to the channel, so if this content interests you, please consider subscribing as it's free and you can change your mind at any time. So the first bullet point I'd like to touch on in this video is the age of the game. When people talk about underappreciated Call of Duty games, most of the titles discussed are ones that came out about 5+ years ago. Black Ops Cold War came out in November of 2020, making it just under 3 years old as of the time of this recording. For Black Ops Cold War to be appreciated more, I think it needs to age just a little bit more. A lot of the more commonly talked about underappreciated games are ones that aren't even sold in retail anymore. Cold War is still around $30 at GameStop, and on digital stores like Steam, PSN, and the Microsoft Store, it's about $40 to $50. So give this game some time to age, give it a couple of price drops, I think more people would talk about it. The second thing I want to discuss is the story, which is another driving force behind nostalgia for games, especially ones that got a bit too much hate initially. If you ask any 30-year-old on the street, they won't shut up about All Gillied Up in Call of Duty 4, which is a 16-year-old game now, reinforcing my first point. Another great example of this is Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, which came out in 2016. The older the game got and the second people gave the campaign a chance, it's now arguably the most underappreciated game in the franchise. Now granted, there's still the group of people that call it the worst game of all time, even though they never bought it and instead just judged it off a 2-minute campaign trailer. And those are also the same people that said Vanguard was a top 5 COD game. But everyone's entitled to their own opinion, even if it's wrong, so. Lastly though, I'm a realistic person, it was the hype, so think about it. We were shown the first ever callback to Black Ops 1 in the franchise, and no, I'm not talking about Black Ops Declassified on the PS Vita. That doesn't count, that game was terrible. Black Ops 1 is one of the best games ever put out, so a reboot, generally speaking, would have a very high bar to cross. And was this game perfect? No, but it was pretty damn close. You guys need to remember that this game went through a developer change, and it was made entirely with the dev studios working from home because this game came out right in the thick of the COVID pandemic. So, from the gameplay, to the story, to the maps and modes, we had Double Agent, Face-Off 6v6. This is a solid game, it deserves a lot more praise. But now that I've given my 2 cents on this, I want to hear what you guys think. So drop a comment down below. Let me know if this game really is not as good as people say it is, or if you think it deserves a lot more praise. With that said though, guys, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. My latest videos are popping up on screen right now, and I'll see you all in whatever video I upload next. Take care.